Hey, so I wanted to take a video of my Gans reactor here, which I have set up in kind of a star formation with these jars of Gans around it, which is really cool, works really well. So we got copper Gans here, CO2, gold here, and CH3, which is iron Gans on the top there. A kind of cool orange color. That one's white. And this one is a real dark purple. And this one's blue, but there's only a tiny bit in there. It's again, you can't really see it. And then this one, the outer core is gold, which is purple, actually, purple in color. Gold, the metal. And the inner core is CO2, the little white ball in there, and so it's spinning really fast. It's 6,180 RPMs. And so I kind of put off making a video about this because the plasma you see doesn't really show up on camera, and part of the reason is I don't have a good enough camera, and the energy looks like a little bit like heat waves, like clear swirling energy, which kind of looks like swirling pixels. So in a, not a great quality video, and especially when you upload it onto, a platform online, and the quality is lowered even more and looks like swirling pixels. So I've put off doing my own videos till I get a better setup, but it just got so outrageously cool today. I decided to take a video because so my inner core there is not balanced real well. You can hear it rattle a bit, and a little bit of that is maybe the outer core not balanced, but so I'm gonna make a new inner core for it, which will hopefully be better. And why I explain this is I haven't turned up the speed real high because it vibrates, and I just didn't like it shaking that much. But the Gans has shifted around in the inner core and kind of balanced itself out a little bit in the past day or two. And so I can turn it up higher now, and it's smooth, which is really cool. And that means it starts making more energy too. And it got to the point where it's just swirling around my camper and filling it. It's outrageous, and so I wanted to explain what it looks like, because you can see it and feel it. And if you've never felt plasma is it's this etheric energy that gives rise to all physical matter, and so it can feel like a combination of different elements all in one. So it feels like wind, liquid, electricity, sometimes it's warm like fire, all kind of rolled into one. And what's really crazy is it goes right through you. So I feel like you hit my hand, go right through it like I'm not even there, and then back out the other side, and it keeps going through the room, and it goes right through your body that way. And it's really amazing for pain, and it permanently cures pain. It just goes right through you, and then it's gone to some degree. So anyways, so you can see it swirling around, and it looks like clear waves, and it goes back and forth between the jars up to the reactor. So there's this sort of this channel of flow there, and a channel of flow here to these jars, and then up to the top. Swirling both to and fro in between each thing, and then it also goes up a lot. It kind of shoots straight up, and it will it'll come like a lot up from the reactor, and when it hits the bottom of the jar, it goes whoosh around it like a wind tunnel with the smoke, and it'll curve around objects, and so then it goes around, and of course it's like shimmering around all the objects too, all the jars, the reactor. There's like a layer, there's like a what do you call an aura or a halo shimmering around it too. And then there's what's pushed up from this reactor shoots and then it comes back around and makes this channel up from the jar and goes all the way up to the ceiling, and it hits the ceiling and splashes off to the side, and it actually goes through the ceiling. I just know that from theory, but it also is affected by the ceiling too. So you see it hit, and it kind of whoosh flows out to the sides like water, kind of, or wind too, you know. But it's etheric energy, and okay, so each of the GANs has a different quality. So the copper has like a really strong electrical zap to it. And what's interesting is these jars will all make energy when they're on their own, but when they're near a reactor, they're way more powerful. And this is like one of the ways that you can tell this stuff is true, because you know, you feel this like icy wind coming off the reactor, but it has nothing to do with the moving parts, because you feel this icy wind coming off this jar too, you know, whether it's here or not. But it's when it's near a reactor, the jars are stronger. Okay, so copper is this electrical zap. The CO2, which is also zinc, has this really cool liquid, kind of water, like cool water, and it's really has a calming emotional effect, whereas copper is almost a little more stimulating. And then the gold GANs is it's very, very dense, heavy energy, and a real penetrating, and has a bit of a zap, but it's just like a sink. It's like an anvil kind of energy. Really cool though. Really one of the stronger ones. Okay, so then the reactor, yeah, has those second two combined, and then the CH3 is iron, and it's one of the lighter energy ones. But it almost has kind of this like mocha or like dark beer kind of energizing type of pick-me-up energy. But it's not zappy though. It's a little smoother. But I really like that one. when you make the CH3 with higher amps, it's dark brown, and this one just had a trickle of electricity that makes that orange. And in the right light, it's a really brilliant orange. The person who made it did a good job. Okay, so I think that might be it. Oh yeah, another crazy thing is well away from the reactor, like out here in the room, you'll see little sparks of energy. You'll see little orbs. They're usually pretty small, like maybe a half inch. Usually dark, like black, but you know, this is kind of like a neutral energy. It's not like a dark energy, but it looks like a little shadow ball. I've been seeing those for years, actually. And then little clear, like tornadoes will appear in the air, and I'll be over here on the computer and kind of look up, and you know, in the air above the reactor, I'll just see these little tornadoes like pop into existence and then fade out again, and then, you know, a distance away, another one will kind of poof into existence and swirl for a bit and then disappear again. So yeah, it's really powerful. I'm getting a second reactor, and it's going to be even better because plasma is a little bit like water and electricity, in that to really be active, it needs a flow, it needs a place to go. So like, you know, a river has got more force than just a pond that's sitting there. And so right now, this is more akin to like a pond. But if I have a second reactor, and the way you make the flow is you load the two cores with the opposite GANs. So I'd put the the gold GANs in the middle, in the inner core of this new one, and then that white CO2 GANs will be on the outside, and that will create a contracting energy. This is an expanding energy set up, and so that contracting energy will draw it, and it'll cause a lot more to actually form in the area in general. So it's really, this is all going to really come to life, and I've never done that before. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'll make another video when that comes in. So I hope you guys like this. Yeah, if you want, I can tell you more if you want to chat or in the comments about making your own, because I mean, this stuff is nuts. It was really funny actually, because I was getting ready to do the video, and you know, moved a few of my things off the counter here, and by the time I actually, you know, sat down and was ready to, you know, have my camera out and was ready to do this, I'm looking at all this energy swirling around. And I've been, excuse me, and I've been doing this for years, about 4 years, and it's just like, it's so powerful, and I'm just looking at this incredible energy, and you know, there's all different devices, and there's been a guy on the internet, Kesh, teaching this for over, you know, he's done the lectures for over 5 years with like good plans for this stuff. And he's been talking about it for, you know, a good 5 years before that, 6 years before that even. And I was like angry. I'm like looking at this magical device sitting here, and it's been all these years, and the world is still the same. It's like we're dealing with the same shit, and and I don't know, I was like, I started all excited, and then I just like, it's kind of disgusting that it's like, here I am, like, you know, me who has no resources and just listened about the lectures, listened to the guy teach this and made it in my garage, and it's like, why am I on the cutting edge of this? Why is just, you know, college dropout Pat, who doesn't really know anything, making the most advanced, craziest stuff on the planet and talking about it? And, you know, I've had my own business and website for years about this stuff. And it's still not catching on. It's like, you know, people come over and see it, and it's like I try to talk about it online, and people there know it's real. It's like, well, what the hell? Why is, I don't know, how is this not caught on? So, anyways, so I could go on, but it was kind of, I just thought that it was funny that I started out wanting to make this video because I was like really happy and just like excited, and I was like, God, I finally got to talk about this because it's just so incredible. And then when I actually got to it, I was just like, you know what, this actually sucks. This sucks that I am like still all these years later just in a dumb old camper broke, you know, looking at this magical device. Like, what the hell? It's like, it's, you know, of course not to compare myself to the genius of Tesla, but it's like the same situation where it's like, I've got this crazy shit that I can prove, but only to a limited degree, and, you know, the powers that be aren't going to, of course, listen to even Kesh, much less me. So it's like, wow, here it is again. But, anyway, so this stuff's crazy, and I highly recommend it. It's cured a lot of my problems. Like all my food allergies, I used to be like severely allergic to almost everything, and now I can eat anything and have like zero symptoms. You know, majorly cured my back pain permanently. Just all kinds of stuff, anxiety and depression. Like it's incredible for emotional and mental health stuff. But anyways, alright guys, well, thanks for listening. This stuff's really cool. Bye-bye.